Hi, my name is Cheryl Green, and I'm the host of Let's Talk About Wine. So, first of all, I love wine. I love everything about it. Most enjoyable thing is to find a new winery and get to talk to the winemaker. How did you get into this industry? And how did you learn how to make such great wines? And it's just so much fun. The whole experience from the time that you put the address in your GPS and you all these twists and turns and hills and mountains you drive on, these dirt roads. Yes, I've even traveled on dirt roads, and I wondered, how do they get their deliveries? How do they ship wine out? It's hard enough to get a car here. So it's just it's so neat. And then once you come upon the winery, I've been to ones where it's been in someone's home. They had a little tasting room in their home. I've been into ones that have been huge with restaurants, more than one restaurant, and lines upon lines of people waiting just to taste the wine. So one year, the guy that I was dating and I said that we wanted to travel throughout Virginia, which is where I live. We wanted to travel throughout Virginia and try as many of the wineries that are here as possible. So obviously we do have full-time jobs, so this was weekend trips, and some weekends we weren't able to do it, but I think we ended up seeing close to 100 that year. So we stopped at one in particular just in Charlottesville, Virginia area called Blenheim. Really neat place. When we walked into the tasting room, you're actually on the second floor when you walk in, and beautiful wooden floors, and then there's this huge rectangular opening, looks like it has plexiglass, and wow, that's so neat. And we walked up to it. You could see down on the first floor, so you could see them when they're bottling. You can see them doing the barrel tasting. You can look at all the different wines in the different barrels. It was just really neat to watch that. So we're enjoying our glass of wine when we were approached by this young lady. And she says, my name is so-and-so, and I work for Virginia Wine Magazine, and we're actually here doing a story on the winery, and was just wondering what brought you in. And so I proceeded to tell her, and she said she was so thrilled to hear our story that she felt like this was a story in a story. So she took some pictures of us, asked us some questions, and it was probably, maybe a couple months later, she sent me an email with the copy of the article that was done. Really nice article. Of course, it's interviewing the winemaker and the owner, which is David Matthews, owns this particular winery. But it was very interesting to read that, and then to see that picture of us and while we were there and what our story was about. So I really want to be able to do this, being able to talk about wine, being able to really pick the brains of these winemakers. How do they do it? What made them come up with this? And their success stories and hardships. I think we take it for granted that these wineries are economy proof. They really aren't, and none of them have really ever said that they've made a huge profit. So I want to tell the story. I want to tell the ins and outs of it. I want to travel through all these wineries and tell you the story of how they got their start. Thank you.